There are two main questions that I get asked about the weather in Georgia. The first question is, how do you handle the humidity? The second question is, do you have tornadoes and hurricanes? And let me tell you, the answer to the first one is we use the air conditioning. And the second one is yes, but no, kind of here in Beaufort. Hello, my name is Jennifer Lewis, and I am a Georgia transplant. I have lived in a couple different places, so I have some things to compare the weather to. And I can tell you, we love the weather here in Georgia. We definitely get all 4 seasons, and sometimes all in one day. The first question I always get asked is the humidity. How do you handle the humidity? Can you even breathe? I gotta tell you, I have not been worried about the humidity since we moved here. I lived in Vegas and there were over 100 days over 100 degrees. That's not the case here. Yes, it's humid, but I gotta tell you, it's not as bad as a frying pan. Here in Georgia, the humidity is completely manageable. Just like anywhere else, you use your air conditioning in your car, in your house. Humidity is actually not terrible. It makes my skin fantastic. Makes me feel like I'm on a tropical vacation. Recently, in the month of August, is the first time that I've ever felt like this is the weather that people are talking about. This is the humidity that people are concerned about. It was 2 days and it was in August. That was the only time that I've ever really felt uncomfortable. And again, we went swimming and we used our air conditioning. It is also super important to understand that we get a lot of rain here in Georgia. So if you associate rain with rain boots and rain jackets, you're going to want to get rid of that notion. I remember the first time it rained here and I did that and it was so hot. People end up wearing shorts and flip-flops because the majority of the rain that we get is in July. The sky opens up about 3 or 4 o'clock, rains for about 5 to 7 minutes. Streets are completely wet, everything is soaked, and then the sun comes out for the rest of the day. It's really not a big deal and it makes the garden and everything just gorgeous. The other question I get asked a lot is, do we get hurricanes and tornadoes? And the answer is yes and no again. Different parts of the state get different types of weather. Savannah, Georgia coast, Orange coast, and southern end of Georgia does get severe weather events, as well as the northern part of Georgia gets tornadoes and the fingers that come off that main weather event. Fortunately for us here in Beaufort, just north of Atlanta, we do not have those severe weather events. When Ian came through, we were forecasted to have some severe weather and it dissipated before it got to land. We barely had any wind at all. In previous videos, I've mentioned the homes are built for those types of things. We get severe weather, wind, rain often, not specific to tornadoes or hurricanes. That's why we get basements. Again, watch my previous video and you'll get more tips on buying a home and things that are in a home to help with those things. I'm going to give you guys a few facts so you don't have to go by what I'm saying because I am not a meteorologist. The most recent tornado was in 2013 and it was an EF3 tornado. Perhaps the most memorable tornado though was in 2008 and it knocked over and damaged some buildings in Atlanta. There are reports of severe flooding from Katrina as well in 2008. One of the last weather events was in 2014. There was a severe freeze and it did cause some disruption here in the Atlanta area. I can tell you we've actually had just enough snow to saturate the ground and stick a little bit. We couldn't necessarily take out our sleds, but we were able to make snow angels and have a snowball fight. It also snowed our first Christmas here in 2020 on Christmas Eve, and it was absolutely stunning. Most recently in northwest Georgia, we had a lot of flooding, and cumulatively, I can tell you that our biggest challenge that we seem to get a lot of is water. We get tons of water, we get flooding. Here in the city of Beaufort, we actually are very well managed, and the newer communities are certainly equipped with ways of managing water, and we're planned for tons of water. I gotta tell you, the trade-off for the greenery is insane. I will take it any day. The flowers are gorgeous. The plants are gorgeous. I can even keep things alive. We do get all 4 seasons here in Georgia. And one of the old cliches that I think is hilarious is if you don't like the weather here in Georgia, wait 5 minutes, because it will change. It's pretty funny. You learn to dress in layers. You learn to carry an umbrella if you're worried about getting wet. But whatever the case may be, we literally can have all 4 seasons in one day. One other season that's not really a 4 season is what we call yellow season. Traditionally around spring, you'll see everything blooming and all the flowers and everything's looking great. Except for yellow. Everything turns yellow. The cars turn yellow. Your patio furniture turns yellow. So for about 3 weeks, you don't really wash anything. Once everything has bloomed, you can go ahead and pressure wash everything, get your cars cleaned, and get rid of that yellow guck that is basically pollen from all the beautiful plants and flowers that we have here in Georgia. So beware of yellow season, and if you need some allergy medicine, take it early. One thing that we do pretty religiously is we make sure to follow the weather. They're right about 75% of the time. Occasionally what will happen is they'll give a weekend forecast and it's completely wrong. So we usually watch the 24-hour news broadcast to make sure that things haven't changed, because the weather can change so quickly here in Georgia. So I hope any of this information helped. It's not scary here. It definitely has weather events, a welcome change from where we were. We're very happy that we moved here, and we hope that you are going to love it too. Go ahead and contact me, Jennifer Lewis. I am at 470-326-7077. I am jenniferingeorgia.com. I have more videos if you'd like, so go ahead and check into my blog and like, share, and subscribe, or write me a question. Talk to you soon. Stay well.